That's whenever I
Greetings, and welcome to Nerdvana, a brand new YouTube channel with the completely innovative idea of reviewing tabletop games.
Wow, how completely new and original of us.
How are you going to spend your first million?
A cheese wheel and a horse.
The reason we decided to start this channel was to introduce those of you who may not be familiar with tabletop games to some that are worth getting.
Some that you should just avoid at all costs.
And your opinions may differ from us, but hey, everyone's been wrong once in a while in their lifetime. More than once in Benji's case.
So, throughout the course of the show, Chris will be reviewing mainly miniature and strategy type games. You'd be surprised how many there are.
And Milo will be reviewing board games. Some are going to be simple, some very complex.
And Benjamin will be talking about the little discussed topic of gaming etiquette.
So, pull yourself up a coffee, pour a chair, and enjoy.
So why should you buy this game? First off, the miniatures are awesome. They're one of the very few miniature games where they actually come painted, and they're good quality. The only problem is I felt that the sails should have been a little dirtier, but that's just me as a perfectionist, if you really will, in a game. Next part, the system itself is out there. It's on the market. It's really got good playability, so you as a consumer can pick it up and play it. And if you've played something similar to it, you can pick right up onto it and start playing it right away. That's really nice. Second, the company's spending money into the system, and they're bringing out new ships all the time. I believe they're in their second or third expansion, so that way you can get newer ships and play them just like you were playing the other ones. And hopefully they will keep producing them as the ships go on. The other thing is that they are painted. I know I covered that already, but the one thing most miniature gamers don't like is having to buy smaller scale ships and having to paint them. This one comes painted. You don't have to touch them up like I did because I'm an anal nutbag. Look, the historical miniature me loved this game, and this is why I gave it a D10. This is a great playable game, and it's got good playability. You will go back to the shelves, you'll pull them off and play them, and if nothing else, they just look good, just sitting out there. And thank you very much for showing up today, man, and good day.
After seeing how much respect and money mobsters made when I was a kid, it made me want to be one. However, a couple problems arose. I wasn't Italian. So all I could have been was a friend of mine. And two, I couldn't have been wearing a suit all the time. I'm a fat guy. A suit would just make me sweat that much more. Anyways, and nothing personal, you get to play the part of a gangster from the safe confines of your home. So pull up a chair, preferably with your back to the wall, and pray you're not sitting on top of an easily disposed of carpet. It's time to be a friend of ours. And nothing personal, the objective is to gain the most respect. And the way you do that, you will be taking on the role of a mob family, and you are trying to gain control of the syndicate by placing your influence tokens on any of the given mobsters that are on the board. Now, each mobster on the board is worth a certain amount of respect and a certain amount of money. Money is used to buy different influence cards, or used to try and whack fellow gangsters so you can take over their spot. Another thing though is you have to be careful when too many influence tokens get placed on a single gangster. He ends up going to prison because he has made too many waves and the cops have caught on to what he is doing. So, but then everybody else will be moving up when someone is taken away, or you can also, like I said earlier, try and whack a fellow gangster to take his spot, or you can try and make a move, you know, talking and crap behind his back and everything, and sending him down while you move on up. So I love playing this game a lot. Me and my friends, you know, we start doing our bad Italian accents and everything. And sometimes we'll even get a really bad Christopher Walken accent going. So overall, it's just a lot of fun. It doesn't take too long to play. It's played over 5 rounds. So, and it's just a great game overall, just to have people come over and bullshit and play, you know, a couple of rounds and pretend to be gangsters in the safety and confines of your own home, without worrying about actually getting whacked.
Salutations, and thank you for joining me on Benjamin's Etiquette Corner. You know, A lot of people tell me that the most nerve-wracking experience they have in gaming is joining a new group for the first time. And because that can be a trying experience, I wanted to take a few moments and speak with you about it. Meeting new people for the first time can be a daunting experience for even the most social of butterflies. And when you join a new gaming group, you're meeting not just one, but up to 5 or 6 new people, many of whom are already friends to begin with. In order to help you smooth that over, here are a few suggestions you may consider. Bring food. All gamers love food. Slim gamers tend to be few and far between, and even those like to have one day where they can enjoy whatever they like. Homemade is a plus, but store-bought is almost always universally well received. More information about this in our next video. Have your own stuff. This means bringing your own copies of the books that this campaign will be using, your own pencils, spare paper, and of course, dice. Having your own stuff will be appreciated even by the kind of gaming groups that have 6 copies of all the books ever written, because it will show that you take it seriously. Also, lending out pencils and papers when the time comes will ingratiate you to the others in your group, especially if they already have their own freeloader and you take some of the burden off the rest of them. Think of a few jokes. It's important to know your audience here. Some people love dirty jokes, and the raunchier the better, but other people are a bit more sensitive. Tell a few harmless, funny stories and make a few bad puns until you know what will get a laugh and what will get an evil look from your new gaming buds. Don't go over the top until you know what is taboo. Now, all that being said, there are a few caveats to remember. Everybody is different and they expect different things from their games. For instance, if you want every role-playing character you make to be a beautiful and unique snowflake, but the new gaming group you've joined hands out pre-generated characters made by the GM, that can be a fairly large hurdle to cross. Is this something you're willing to be flexible on this time if we can make new characters in the next game? Or perhaps you like the fun struggle of building your character from level 1 and step-by-step gaining power, whereas they prefer to start at level 10 or even an epic campaign. Do they play with a lot of side chit-chat and casually while you prefer a more focused and creative game? If you find yourself diametrically opposed to your new gaming friends, it's better to find out sooner rather than later and decide if this is the gaming group for you. Even if it's the only game in town, ultimately it will save you the heartbreak of a dramatic falling out later if you go in knowing exactly what you need and what you're willing to compromise on. I hope you found this segment helpful and thought-provoking. If you have any questions or suggestions, please feel free to leave them in the comments below. If you have any hate-filled vitriol you feel the need to spill using the anonymity of the internet, I'll make sure a link is provided in the description where you can make that happen. Please join me next episode when I talk about gaming food. Thank you. Now, you may have noticed the dice on the bottom of the screen when Chris and Milo were giving their reviews. That's part of our dice rating system. For instance, we gave Sails of Glory a D10.
I gave it a D10 because it's got really good playability. And the ships are quality and painted. The problem is I really don't like naval games.
Nothing Personal scored a D12. And that's because it's just a lot of fun, a lot of replayability, although it may not be as good for your group if your group is no fun.
We'll be explaining more about our dice rating system as the shows go on, but for now, just know that the D4 is the lowest rating, and the D20 is awesome!
Anyways, that's our show. Thanks for tuning in.
We'll be putting out a new show every 2 weeks, so, with new games, so check it out.
Yes, and if you liked us, be sure to give us a thumbs up. And if you want to catch the new episodes as they come out, be sure to subscribe.
Your mom calling you for a date again?
Hello? Guys, I was just watching the show there when I heard my voice during one of your games. It's going to cost you
Mr. Walken, this is a free web show. We don't...
Oh, you don't have any money? Well, in that case, I'm doing a segment on your next show. I'm tired of Candyland getting a free ride.
Okay.
I'm going to...
How did you get your number?
That was weird. Anyways, thanks for tuning in and have a good night. Remember, transcendence through gaming.
I just thought what it would be like to be 16 again. It's not my